Hi guys, EBPMAN here with Tablets for Me, and today we're going to do an unboxing review of a new Bluetooth speaker from Venstar. This product's name is Taco. Now, before actually doing the unboxing, let's talk about some of the features of this speaker. One of the things that we're seeing more and more with a lot of the speakers is how you connect or establish a pairing with the speaker and the use of NFC. So if your phone is NFC capable, you'll notice that this speaker does support NFC as a pairing method. The other thing is that it is a stereo speaker headset or a speaker Bluetooth speaker, and it also supports the functionality of it being a speakerphone. You have an aux port, and it does have two speakers on each side. Now, one of the things that you notice is during the actual intro is we refer to the speaker as the Taco, as the model name, and it's literally the shape of a taco. And you'll see here that what the company communicates is that the taco shape maximizes the sound quality and energy efficiency. So what we're going to do is take a look at the speaker, how it sounds, and see if we actually can observe that. It supports up to 8 hours of battery life, and as we mentioned, it's a Bluetooth speaker. Now, for those of you who are interested in the specs, let's take a look at some of the details here. First of all, we'll see that it has a battery capacity of 1,400 milliamp hours. You can see the power source and the charging rate there clearly. Moving on, you can see the size of the actual speakers themselves and the audio drivers. The built-in microphone itself, the fact that it does support Bluetooth and that it has a range up to 10 meters with that NFC for pairing, and then the actual dimensions of the speaker itself. So relatively compact, but very similar to what you see from a dimension perspective with a lot of the portable Bluetooth speakers that you see on the market today. Now, inside the box, you'll find a carrying case, the Venstar Taco speaker, a user guide, an aux cable, and a micro USB charging cable. Now, taking a closer look at the speaker, as we talked about earlier in the intro, does have the shape of a taco shell, and you'll see the speakers are right here, so the audio is coming up. There aren't really, it looks like there's some grids here also on the side, but we'll see once we start playing it if anything comes out through the sides. The potential of something coming out, I'm sure, is there since there's a grid pattern there. What you'll also find here is you have all your controls at the very top. So you have their multifunction controls, and you can see them illustrated here where you can do forward, back, and also volume controls. You also notice that you have your ability to play, pause, answer in Bluetooth, and then you have your power button. Now, it's a pretty clean design when you look at the actual speaker itself. So really, you have on this side your NFC pairing, so this is where you're going to tap your phone to do the initial pair. On the other side, there isn't really anything there. As a matter of fact, as you're looking at the speaker itself, you don't really see where the power plug is to charge the actual unit. If we flip it underneath, you'll notice that here we have the organization name as well as the brand of the solution, but again, nothing can be found from a charging perspective. As we take a closer look at this area, you notice at the bottom here does have some grooves. It's it's somewhat rubberized, but not very rubberized. But it's a nice base that you can see that keeps your speaker raised. But also, if you dig in right here, this is where you're going to find your charging port, as you can see right there, and then you see your aux port for audio. So what you'll be able to do is plug that in order to be able to use those two functions. And in that case, when you do that, you'll want to keep if you have cables coming out of here, it would be on the side. So you'll notice how I have it here in an angle, not so much where it's resting like this, which is something that you may want to do, but you'll have it in this fashion. So as you're looking at the speaker itself, we'll take it and compare it maybe to an iPhone. If you're wondering, what's the scale like? Because sometimes the numbers don't really translate well. We'll come out a little bit so you can see the size. It's just slightly taller than the iPhone, and if we were to compare it from a thickness perspective, it's going to be several times thicker because obviously it's a speaker, but really it's very portable in size, and with the included bag, it's something that makes it very easy to transport. So now I've turned on the speaker, and you can see that the Bluetooth light is flashing, meaning that it's ready to go into pairing mode. I'm going to use a Note 4 to connect to it. And there's two ways I can do this. I could either scan on the phone using my standard Bluetooth connection, or what I can do is connect to it by just tapping on the side using the NFC capability. So now that this speaker is in pairing mode, you'll notice that I have a Venstar Taco here. So all I'm going to do is choose this to actually connect. All right, now that we've connected the actual speaker to the phone, I've switched the audio source so you can actually get a better appreciation of the sound and the sound quality coming as I'm not using my actual lapel mic. So let's go ahead and play just a generic tune. There's just going to show some beats and some music coming through the speaker. I'll raise the volume so you can hear how loud it goes, and then you can hear also the clarity. Alright, and that's the lowest setting. On the next soundtrack I'll play is something that's going to show off a little bit of the highs and also have some bass in it, so let's check it out. Now raise the volume. And I'll lower it again. Okay, here's another audio track sample. And we'll raise the volume. And the last audio track sample that I'll give you has a little bit more flair to it. Lower the volume. Get a sense of the volume. Raise it again. Now, before we conclude the review, I just wanted to highlight the speakerphone capability. I did try a couple calls with the actual speaker, and it does a decent job. I wouldn't say that it's spectacular, but it does a good job when it comes to using it as a speakerphone. And I'd say it's pretty much in line with anything else that I've seen on the market when it comes to having that capability, which is nice to have. Keep in mind that it is not a dedicated speakerphone. It's a music player first, speakerphone second. So it's not something that I would use for ongoing conference calls and things of that nature, but the functionality works. So this concludes our review of the Venstar Taco Bluetooth speaker. I want to thank the Venstar organization for making this product available to us for review. It is available on Amazon today and in several retailers as well. So if you have any comments or questions about the solution, leave it on the YouTube channel. It's a great time right now if you're considering Bluetooth speakers, especially with a lot of kids going back to school, people going back to college, and if you want something compact and that pretty much plays music well. I really wasn't able to discern any distortion coming from the speaker even at the highest volumes, and again it has some good design details that you don't find with some of the other speakers. It's unique given that taco shell design. So once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and again, if you have any questions, leave it on the YouTube channel.